And welcome everyone, thank you very much for my post-match analysis of Liverpool. Obviously it was 1-1. Frustrated, gutted, miserable, terrible, shocking defending, shambolic defending. The usual thing, words I love to use and sum up Liverpool's shocking, ridiculous defending, schoolboy defending. Every single one of us watching this, we could have defended that corner better, and we could have defended everything in general better in terms. But shout out to Burnley and Sean Dyche before we even start the video. He's done. I really like Sean Dyche, and we spoke, all of us, on long terms, obviously, about how they would set up. They done an absolutely. They had a game plan. They're not gonna come at Liverpool and attack us. They done the best they could. They exposed our weaknesses, which are our set pieces and aerial balls and defensive relapses and lapses in concentration, which are very evident. But it's credit to Sean Dyche. I'll leave this whole press conference. I really, if you're not seeing a lot of Sean Dyche, he's an absolute quality manager, and I really hope Burnley stay in the Premier League, because you've got one of the best managers for me, best English managers, or whatever. He's don't know if he's Scottish or whatever, but like he's really good for Burnley, and I think they're going places this season. I think they're obviously a top 10 finish, but for what they done and the way they were set up today, they frustrated us, and they very much did. From the outset, obviously we had our chances, we had chance after chance, but it wasn't very clear-cut chances. We weren't like turning their defence inside and out, obviously it being 1-1. We could have done a lot better, and I look to that, the whole team in general, but you're looking in that midfield, the main focal point in every team is their midfield and their creative styles. Obviously we're missing Adam Lallana. For me, when he comes back, this will play a lot better. As soon as Adam got injured, I really rate Adam Lallana, and for me, he's the one player in this team that sets up Jurgen's style and gegenpressing, as you want to say it, his tactics, and he sets the tempo for the whole game, and he sets the tempo for the players when he's in this team. So he's hopefully going to be coming back next month, which is finger crossed he comes back quicker than expected. But for me, I've got my player ratings, and I want to get you all involved as well. Leave your 1 to 11, obviously, on the players. Don't involve the subs anyway. But you tell me your player ratings. I'll give you mine. I give Sammy Mignolet a 6. He could have done a lot better, but it's Mignolet, innit? So I give him a 6. This will be very first player ratings involved in the video anyway, so I'm not going to be like giving them like high stats. You might be like, oh, it's a bit low, but that's me very first. I'm setting the bar. Anyway, Trent, I give a 4. He obviously, as Sean Dyche said, they looked at Trenty, and they exposed his weaknesses in defensive aerial battles as well. He looked at targeting, obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold's in the air, and his like defensive. He's not that good in the air, and we've seen from the goal, and obviously set plays in general terms. Give him a 4. Obviously, I looked at Matip and Klavan. I give Matip a 5 and Klavan a 4. Yet again, defensive relapses in Klavan. We're working with the centre-backs that we've got. Transfer window shut, but I really hope, and I'm pretty sure Jurgen will get this sorted. He has to. He has to. He will get those players, and he will know himself. He can't do as much. He can't control the players physically and be like, right, you kick that ball over there. He's going to put trust in, obviously, Matip and Klavan, rightly so. But yet, they're not to the standard. But the players that we've got now, get behind the lads, support the lads. I know it's difficult. I was fuming when I seen the goal, and obviously against City and the Seville matches, you're like, come on. But Jurgen Klopp is the best manager in the European football to get the best out of the players he's got. Forget about transfers, who we didn't bring in. Look at the players, back the players. I know it's frustrating in hindsight, we can't say it now, but there'll be a lot more times this season that we'll be applauding them. The players, I think it's a rough patch at the minute. And obviously, just try and get behind the lads. And anyone shouting for Jurgen Klopp's head is absolutely ridiculous. Everyone's entitled to their opinion anyway, in football terms anyway. That's why I love YouTube, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. So Jurgen Klopp shouting for his head already is absolutely ridiculous for me, in my terms. Robbo, I'd give a 6. He was very much, you couldn't argue what he'd done. He was up and down the line, whipped colour balls in. Shout out to Robbo. And at this midfield, when I'm looking at I've given MA Chan a 5, Millie a 5, Coutinho a 5.5. Average, really. You're looking at, as I mentioned, you're looking at your midfield to create. You're looking for all them three, even if MA was the deep line midfielder in that three. You're looking at that midfield in football terms anyway. That's where your football gets started, your midfield. And for me, those three in midfield didn't do enough. And you're asking your midfielders to really take the game by the scruff of the neck and force it. Especially Burnley and teams like that. Credit to them, he didn't fully sit behind the ball. But as Sean Dyche said in his press conference, Sean Burnley aren't expected to come to Liverpool and have 70% possession. They know they've got to take their chances and they're going to have maybe 20-30% possession. It's expected, but they took their chances. So, midfield, those ratings, frankly not good enough. They didn't create enough. Yet, Phil Coutinho kept on having his shots over the bar. You get one of them, 1 out of 10, obviously they fly in the back of the net, as we've seen with Phil, with his absolute worldies, but they didn't go in. They come very close, didn't he? And a couple of shots at the keeper. Pope, what a name for the goalie, Pope. He clipped that onto the bar. You're getting closer and closer, but frankly, you've got to get the ball in the net. It's alright. And we've seen it against Seville as well. Same old. We need to take our chances. I don't want to keep on repeating myself. It's simple. You all know anyway. Salah, give a 7. Decent goal. He was mainly one of the main players to actually step up. Obviously, in Sadio Mane's absence, he's obviously going to be our outlet. Bobby Firmino, done a 6. Chased down. Done as what you asked of him. Obviously, he's chased down. He's the one player in this team. Not obviously the one standout, but you look at Bobby, he's never going to be a game where he does not try. So shout out to Bobby, nice one, because he runs down every single player. Give him a 6. Sturridge, I give a 5.5. Didn't really do much. He had his couple of chances, but frankly, as the team in overall terms didn't do the best. Tom, I give a 6. I wish when he come on, I want to see Tom maybe play a lot more games, even in the Prem. Just start him. Mix it up a bit. I want to know your thoughts. Would you start Dom Solanke? I'd give Dom a 6 for when he come on. And Chamberlain, 5.5. So, yeah. I would have liked to have seen Chamberlain, especially with maybe have took Millie out and put Alex in the central midfield. He obviously hasn't been given a starting berth fully. But for me, I would have started Chamberlain. But that's me. I'm not Jurgen Klopp. But, yeah, credit to, obviously, Burnley anyway. So, that's my player ratings. Credit to Burnley in overall terms. Sean Dyche, the lads done at Burnley. Credit to them. They took lots of points from the big boys. And obviously, late subs, I've seen a couple of people saying, what is everyone's thoughts on obviously Klopp leaving it late once again with the substitutions? It's the whole point of substitutions in general in football. You bring them on to make a bigger impact. And you're you get into certain time in the game, you won't really do much. For me, you look at, and I want to know where would you stand on Jurgen Klopp substitutions? Obviously, a couple of years are saying they were too late, and I think they were really too late. They're bringing them on too late, and you're they're not going to have any more of an impact. And we were 1-0 down, and obviously, and then frankly, obviously Salah got to pull the goal back. But at the end of the day, it's the beginning of the season. The season is very long. And I know I'm frustrated like yous. It's a fan channel. I'm one of yous, and it's frustrating. I know it's hard to just say, right, it's not acceptable. A 1-1 draw. I want to get that out there. It's not acceptable. 1-1 draw against Burnley at home. All credits to Burnley. They done their job. But as Sean Dyche said, Liverpool are bringing on 30-40 million pound players onto the pitch, and Burnley have got to deal with what they've got as a squad. No discredit to obviously Burnley. They've got some very good players, but Liverpool's standard in where they want to be, it's higher than Burnley. But on today's effort, it was equal. Obviously a 1-1. But get behind the lads. Obviously we got Leicester away, and obviously the Toon away next in the Premier League. 2 away games that very much suit the Reds in the Premier League. But for me, get behind the lads. I know it's frustrating, but I'm hoping and I'm pretty sure, if you look at the Jurgen Klopp, we are blessed to have him in our football club. No manager is unsackable, but I trust Jurgen Klopp and what he's been doing the last couple of seasons. And from what I've seen in the flesh of watching the lads, the players want to play for him. The future transfers, players that want to come to the club. It's not a matter of, obviously, if we want to play, if the selling club's not selling, we can't do nothing more than put a bid in. Or even if we don't put a bid in, but we know 110% that selling club is not going to sell this summer. You can't do much more than that. But for me, everyone get behind the single reds, and I know you will. It's frustrating. It's a point dropped at home, but you win some, you lose some, you draw some. You can't win them all. If we did, we'd go unbeaten and we'd win the Premier League. Which I'd love, but you got to be realistic. It's a mad day. I really do. But we got a point if you look at it at the end of the day. But I think these results, we're just going through a little tricky patch. And for me, obviously, when Sadio Mane comes back from his ban, we will be better. We will be. We've got too much of a good team, too much of a good manager and a good team. It's not amazing, but Jurgen Klopp, type of manager he is, he will get the best out of these lads. Get them performing. I trust in Klopp, and I'm pretty sure all yous do as well. It's a tricky part in the season. It's the beginning of the season. There's a lot more games to go in the season. This team's still learning. Yeah, you've been learning the last 2 seasons, but get behind them. Have a quality weekend, everyone. I know it's frustrating. We should have got really 3 points, but credit to Burnley. Shout out to Burnley. They've done absolutely fantastic, and I want to keep on stressing that because they really did. We knew how they'd set up, and all credit to them. Unlucky the lads, the Reds. We should have got 3 points, but yeah. All the best, everyone. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the little player rating section. And as always, everyone, have a quality weekend. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a quality weekend. Enjoy the weekend if you can. Subscribe, like the video. It'll be very much appreciated. Thank you very much, everyone. And you'll never walk alone. Come on. Up the Reds. Cha.